Francis, this is Dr. Jester, and I wanted to go over your revision in the Lopes-Wright report. So, as previously noted, you've got some high similarity scores, and trying to deal with that is a little problematic. We need to figure out where the problem is and how best to rectify it. And I think I had mentioned that all the things that are underlined in blue are indicators in Lopes-Wright that this is a quotation, or that the information is coming from a source because the wording is too similar. So for example, if we look at this quote right here, it brings up this item submitted. We look at the source quote, and then it brings us up to some similarities here. Now, as I'm reading through this, I don't really see where you have some exact wording, but there is a sentence here that several of the same words are used in conjunction. So there's an indicator that Lopes-Wright is saying that this is borrowed from the source, and in some cases, exact wording is used. So you've got to look at all these sources that Lopes-Wright is saying you're using and cite them correctly. For example, this entire passage right here comes from this source. And when we bring up this source, some of the wording is different, but then a whole lot of the wording is the same exact words. And you really can't do that, because when you're borrowing from a source and you use 3 or more words consecutively, that's considered a quote. So you have to acknowledge that source. You have to place words that are quoted in quotation marks so that everyone knows who reads that it's from the source. So, if it's similar wording, yeah, there's going to be some overlap. But when it's that close, there's one a little further down here. For example, this one. If I can bring it up. So say in your essay, you're even quoting from the same source, and some of the same words are used. So what has to be rectified in this? Every item that is in blue, you're going to have to go back and look at that. You're going to have to determine, did I quote from that source? Did I use some of their words? If so, how do I quote from it? See, for example, you're even using this gentleman's name right here, but there is no citation down here whatsoever to indicate where that's coming from. And you're using someone's name, so you're not citing that source at all. You're not acknowledging it. You're not placing any of the words in quotation marks. And honestly, that brings up a difficult challenge for both of us, because we can't, I really can't give you a grade on this till that's corrected. That has to be taken care of. And you're going to have to go back through this. I typically do not allow more than one revision. I'm going to give you another shot at this. So if you would, please make those corrections, everything underlined in blue. Figure out where you got that from. Rewrite it if you have to, but make sure that you are citing the source correctly. If it's from the author's own words, you must have that in quotation marks. If it's 3 or more words, they must be in quotation marks. And you've got to give credit to the source by placing that in a parenthetical citation. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Okay?